Hello, traders. Welcome to another episode of Market Update. This is for the week of the 11th of June, 2021. And today we're going to talk about what defines a breakout. What defines a breakout? In my last session, we talked about what establishes a breakout. Today we're going to talk about what defines a breakout. If you guys haven't already, check out the video from last week, from June 4th, that Thiru talks about phases in a trend. That's a good primer before we dive into this session about defining a breakout. So in my last session, we talked about what established a breakout, meaning what are we looking for which allows us to see that a trend is continuing in the same direction that it is already going. Today we're going to talk about when does a trend reverse? What defines a new trend? So let's take a look at an example here. So let's say we have an uptrend. We have an uptrend. We have confirmed swing low here. And then let's say we have a swing high there, swing low there, and we are in this uptrend. And here, what are we looking for to see if the market is going to continue in this trend or going to define a new trend, which would then be a downtrend? What we're looking for is for the market then to reverse and take out at least the previous low. And what we're looking for is for it to take out the previous two lows. And we're going to then have this swing low. And let's say it goes up, but it does not break this previous swing high, and you have a new lower high. In this sequence, we see that a new downtrend has confirmed. Now, the market can go many different ways from here. It can go back up again for an uptrend. It can go down again. But right now, where the market is, this has defined a new trend, and that is now a top to bottom move, whereas before it was a bottom to top move. So this is what we call as a price run breakout. A price run breakout. And that is one of the variations, one of the 6 variations that we teach you at Master the Markets in understanding what are the different kinds of breakouts and allow you to visualize this happening in the markets. So let's take a look, actually. Don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at this happening in the market. So this is on the daily chart of GBP USD going back to last August. So as you can see, we have a top to bottom move. So we have swing low, swing high, swing low, and this takes out the previous swing high. And it does not take this out yet, but potentially, depending on where the market goes here, we could be in an uptrend. Now, what happens immediately after that? we have a new swing low confirmed that is above the previous swing low. So what does that mean? We are now in an uptrend. We have now defined this new trend. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a price run breakout to the upside now. So that's it. Let's switch over to the market update for this week. We're going to start off with Euro USD. So Euro USD this week, we had gone long in our live trading room with our stop loss at 1.2143, and that would have taken us out actually. Just today it would have taken us out. Still a top to bottom move now with OE to the downside, but we are now in a compression phase of the market, so we would look out before we look to enter this long or short. That's on the Euro USD. Next, we move to dollar Swiss franc. We're currently in a short position with the stop loss at 0.9015, just above the high from yesterday. So we're going to continue to stay in this trade short as there's still some OE to the bottom. Next, let's move on to GBP USD. As you guys can see, we are still in an uptrend. No top has been confirmed here. Relatively, it's in a compression or accumulation phase. So we're going to wait until the market shows its cards before we decide to move in one way or another. Let's move to dollar yen. Still in an uptrend, but no top has been confirmed here. And we're coming up against this resistance level from early April. So we're going to see how we're going to play this out. No entry for the dollar yen just yet. And then let's look at the Aussie dollar. We are in a position long at the moment. But if you look further back, there may not be much upside. There may not be much OE left in this move. But if we do break above this confirmed swing high, and especially above this one, we could look for a big move to the upside. But that's still to be confirmed in the Aussie dollar. Next, the euro yen. We had a top at an all-time high confirmed late May, and we had a bottom confirmed here as well, which we're now approaching. So this top has not been confirmed. So let's see how this plays out. We could be looking to go short here if it breaks this swing low with a lot of OE to the bottom side. Next, let's move to oil. We are still long on this trade that we had entered some time back, and we are trailing this stop. The market is performing very well. This is probably one of our better trades. It's coming up to the highs from the pre-pandemic levels, so we could be hitting some resistance here. So we're going to be watching this closely over the next few days. That's on the oil. Next, we move to coffee. We have backed off the all-time highs from late May, but it has not reversed quickly, or strongly, I should say, I'm sorry. So we are looking to see how the market reacts to this high again, if it continues to test that resistance level. But if it swings back, then we could be looking to go short here with a lot of OE to the bottom side. Next, gold. Again, since the last few months, we have been in a strong uptrend. A top was confirmed end of May, but no play yet, as we might be in a accumulation phase before the market decides one way or another which way it's going to go. Silver, again, a higher time frame uptrend, but there's not much OE here. So again, we're going to be looking out to see if what cards the market will play for us to decide if we're going to go long or short, as it's in an accumulation phase at the moment. Let's move to the FTSE. Still, since end of March, we are in an uptrend. Price is hitting a previous high from early May. So we're going to look to see how it performs when it hits that level again. And it's going to be interesting to see how it performs next week. This is also hitting the pre-pandemic. If we zoom out here, pre-pandemic highs. So very interesting to see how the next few days, few weeks go for the FTSE. And actually very similar for the Dow as well, where there was a previous local high from early May. A swing low was confirmed, and we're hitting that level again, hitting that resistance here. So we might be in an accumulation phase before we push further up, or we might look to come down, pick up more buyers before we continue the uptrend. Or we could go further down if it breaks this level and pick up even further buyers down here. So lots of intrigue in the index markets and actually any of the markets actually. So very interesting times ahead for this summer. Let's go ahead and move to the trading room's performance for this week. For the live trading room, not many entries. The primary runners, 0%. Liftoff, 3.2%. I'm sorry, Liftoff 3.2, 20% OE, 0%. Liftoff 3.2 with 70% OE, 0% as well. Cash in 4.0, TSL primary, 0%. But the cash in 4.0 one-day exit had a negative 0.71%. To the MTM Elite Trade Room, we had no entries this week for the primary runners, cash in 4.0 strategies, or the continuation pattern strategies. So overall this week, negative 0.71% for the trading rooms. As we say here at Master of the Markets, we are in it for the long haul. So no matter the ups and downs for each week, we know that the strategies are built to perform over the long term. So stick with us as we continue to do that and take advantage of any opportunities that may still present to us this summer. So that's it for us for this week. Thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next week.